Hare Hare नमस्ते नरसिंहाय
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय
प्रहलाद लाददाई श्री शिवदेव भगवान की रघुनाथ प्रहलाद महाराज की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna to one and all. Let's put our hands up and say Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
On behalf of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, founded by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and the Mercy Namahasha, a very warm welcome to one and all. Is there anyone that's joining us here for the very first time tonight? Oh, Hare Krishna. Let's give them a round of applause and welcome. I'd also like to thank Kanayalal Prabhu and Ravindra Swarup Prabhu. Thank you so much for attending our Namahasha this evening. And it is my absolute privilege and honor in introducing our speaker for this evening, Her Grace Radha Radhanath Dasi. A huge round of applause to her. So as Mataji makes her way to the front, I thought I'll just let everyone, I'm sure most of us here, we do know Mataji. We have a very fond memories and association with her. Mataji joined the International Society for Krishna Consciousness in 1980 at the Keteridge Temple. And she's been a resident at Sri Sri Radha Radhanath, that is the Chatsut Hare Krishna Temple, for many, many, many years. And I must say, when the poster went out on social media and everybody was aware that Mataji is coming to our Namahasha, they were all very, very, very excited. Because Mataji is known for her warmth, her love, her nurturing nature. In fact, most of us very fondly know her as Mother Radhanath. And the reason, Hari Bol! And the reason for that is because she's always showering everyone with so much of love and care. She's so motherly to every single devotee that she comes across. So we are very, very honored to have Mataji with us this evening. So our class today is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be more of an interactive session that we're going to have. So it's more like an interview because Mataji has spent so many years in Krishna consciousness. She has so much of knowledge, so much of experience, so much of memories to share with us. So I'm going to be asking Mataji questions and she's going to be answering it, and in that way as well sharing all her memories with us. So without further ado, we're going to start. I just need to get a chair. So let's give Mataji some encouragement here. Let's give her another round of applause. We are very excited. So Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for joining us this evening at Namahasha. I saw Mataji at temple a few weeks ago and I almost accosted her. And I said, Mataji, you have to come. You absolutely have to come to our Namahasha. And she very, very lovingly agreed. So thank you very much, Mataji. So my first question to you is, how and when did you first come into Krishna consciousness?
I was introduced by a very close family friend, Sarva Kanti. So in 1979 I came to visit the temple, and then in 1980 I came for the temple.
So when you say that you came to visit the temple, that was not the Sri Sri Radha Radhanath temple, was that the Keteridge temple? Okay, okay. And how many devotees were you all at that time?
100.
Lots of devotees.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was your first experience when you came to Krishna consciousness? How did it make you feel?
The first experience, I was like mesmerized by the beauty of the deities.
Okay. Who is your spiritual master? If you can share with everybody. Your Guru Maharaj.
Giriraj Swami.
His Holiness Giriraj Swami. And Mataji, can you share with us what was your first experience when you saw him, when you met him for the first
Okay,
time?
actually, I was initiated 3 times.
Oh wow! Share that with us.
3 different spiritual masters. That was in Cambridge. And then my first initiation was in 1980, 3 months after I joined. And because I was a vegetarian, so I was allowed to do like deity worship. And I used to cook.
Okay, so with His Holiness Giriraj Swami, can you maybe tell us a bit about that when you first saw him or your first interaction with him? Where was it? How did it take place?
That was in the Church of Temple
Okay,
in 1980.
and was Giriraj in class?
1985, yeah.
1985. Okay,
Yeah, when the temple opened.
so that was the year Shri Radhanath opened.
Yes.
In 1985. Okay, so was Miraj giving class or was he walking in the temple when you saw him?
I used to cook for him, and then I used to also serve him personally.
Okay, okay. So how long are you living at the temple?
From 1980.
1980, that's a long, long time. Can you share some memorable experiences and some moments at Shri Radhanath?
Okay. The first time I was initiated was from Jai Tinka Maharaj. That was in 1980. 1979 actually, in September. Then in 1980, so 2 years we lived in Cambridge. And from Cambridge we went to Marlins Drift, Johannesburg. We lived there for a few years, and the Gomit deities went to Joburg. But then after that, when the temple built here, then I came down.
Okay, so what services, initially when you moved into the temple, what were some of your services?
So always deity worship.
Always deity worship. And you
And
still
cooking for
doing,
the devotees.
and cooking for the devotees. And you're still doing that service?
Yes.
Really good.
We used to go out, Sankirtan.
Sankirtan. So, in all your years in ISKCON, what would you say has been your most satisfying service that you have done? In all the different services that you do, what is the one service that if you had to pick out in a day, it would be that service that you enjoy the most?
I like deity worship.
Deity worship, okay. And something memorable that you'd like to share with us in all these years that you've been doing deity worship? Like, for example, I know I read stories, I think it was Back to Godhead many years ago, I read a story where, I'm not too sure which temple it was, but the pujaris were saying that they noticed that the deities, the clothes that the deities would wear was not fitting them anymore.
Oh, never, it's only time.
Yes, yes. And also I remember there was a video or a photo of Lord Krishna's flute that kind of slipped from his hand once. So did you experience anything mystical and magical during your deity services at Shri Radhanath?
Yes, but I'm not sure. Allowed
To share, okay. Okay, maybe something more simple that you want to share with us. Maybe some nice experiences that you've had with devotees, a nice story that you'd like to share. There's many new devotees that are here, many people that come to our Namahasha that are favorable to Krishna consciousness. So maybe you'd like to share something with them that would inspire them on their path. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes to think about that. Okay. Can you share some of your difficulties or challenges when you first became a devotee?
Yes, there were many challenges.
Okay. Was it family? Was it
No, like in the temple.
Okay. Something you'd like to share with us? Why I'm asking is because perhaps there's devotees in the audience that also are going through challenges in their spiritual life. And sometimes when we share experiences, we kind of help each other in our spiritual path.
Yeah. The difficulties here was lack of manpower.
Okay.
And then at that time, most of the devotees left and there was a fall down, spiritual masters. And then there were only 3 of us left in the temple. So we had to do everything. Like Bhakti Chaitanya Swami was there. He was the temple president. And Jai Lalita Mataji, she's an old devotee now. She's in Johannesburg. Myself and him, I used to do all the cooking that time. But we never deviated with the standards. Standards remained the same.
So it was difficult times because you didn't have enough hands.
Everything, yeah.
And personally, like, did you have any difficulties or challenges on your spiritual path? Like sometimes when we first become devotees, we may have difficulty completing our 16 rounds. Or sometimes it's the 4 regulated principles that we have difficulty with. Or making time in the day to squeeze in your devotional service, do your chanting. Did you have experiences like that? And maybe you can share something that will help everyone else and how you managed to so easily navigate through the day with all the chores and errands and your devotional life.
Yeah, there were times when I couldn't finish the rounds because of the amount of services. But then we tried to complete it, maybe the next day or then.
Okay.
Or maybe later that night. Sometimes we used to sleep too late and then try to complete it.
I guess because once you make that commitment, no matter what, you have to try your best to fulfill it all the time. Okay. Coming back to my question about whether there's anything you'd like to share, maybe something inspiring that a devotee could have said to you, or some association you had with somebody that you'd like to share, or maybe something one of the gurus said to you that kind of stayed in all these years, an instruction that was given to you, or advice that was given to you?
Yeah. Actually, in a dream, both Radha and Krishna came to me.
Okay.
In a very difficult time. But then they told me, we will protect you. Do not worry.
Oh, wow, amazing. So what was Krishna consciousness like in the very early days, in 1980s, when it was just Keturaj temple and there was no Shri Radhanath at the time? Because most of us sitting here do not have memories of that. We joined when we've had the temple to go to, and we hear from all the devotees that were there how beautiful it was at that time. So can you tell us a bit about what the Keturaj temple was like? What did you all do when you all used to be there? How is it different from what it is like now?
The standard remains the same, the worship of the deities, but Keturaj was absolutely beautiful. And we had a lake, then we had cows, we had peacocks, and we had a bull. His name was Nanda. At one time, I was wearing a red jersey. And he was chased me.
So how fast were you running? That must have been a very interesting experience.
Yeah, it was, but it was scary too.
What advice do you have for new devotees that are sitting amongst us in the audience?
We must read Srila Prabhupada's books, try and chant the holy names, and take association of senior devotees.
So what's a typical day like for Mother Radhanath at the temple? What's your typical day like? What time do you start? What do you do? What's your whole day like? Take us through it.
Yes, I dress the deities in the morning, so
So what time do you wake up?
yeah, 4.
At 4 o'clock. Okay. Anyone's taking notes of that?
Maybe
4 o'clock. Okay. So you wake up and you dress the deities.
the deities is just only after the morning program.
Okay.
It's like 5 o'clock.
So when you wake up at 4, you have Mangal Aarti at 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay. So take us through that.
And then we have to go take out the jewelry and outfits for the deities.
Okay. So you take out the jewelry, you take out the outfits thereafter?
Then after that we go dress and then by 5. Then by 7 we have to be, all the deities have to be there before 7.
Okay. And
Greetings are.
once that's done?
Then we have greetings. And then some days after the arti, midday arti, like on Fridays and Mondays,
Okay.
after that morning service, do the midday arti and also cook for the deities.
Oh wow. So you have such amazing service because you have such close interaction with the deities and you cook for the deities. So what would be, consciousness is very important in Krishna consciousness. Hence we call it Krishna consciousness. Our consciousness is so important when we cooking for the deities, when we offering arti, even when we having kirtan. No matter what we're doing, our consciousness is so important and that flows into the prasad, into the kirtan. So what is your consciousness? What do you think about when you're preparing prasad for the deities? Again, maybe some of us are struggling to, because our mind is like that, it kind of we get carried away with our thoughts in the day and we want to focus on what we're doing. So if you can share with us, where is your mind, what is your consciousness when you're preparing?
You have to focus on whatever you're doing and then just put some Krishna in the center of your life.
Okay.
So you're cooking for Krishna, try to do the best.
Okay. So we have youth sitting here with us this evening. What would be, what advice would you give to the youth?
You have to take Krishna as his shelter. And Krishna will always protect you. You have to have firm faith in his holy name. And you have to try and chant the holy name.
So for our youngsters that could be struggling a bit with chanting because maybe they have so much to do in the day. If it's not school, then some of them are on campus. If it's not campus, some people are working. How best to guide them with their chanting? Like what advice would you give to them as to how they can fit in chanting in the day?
Yeah, maybe most of them will not be able to chant 16 rounds if they're studying or going to work. But they should try. They have to focus. They have to put that 2 hours at least if they can.
So how many years are you in ISKCON, Amatji?
Maybe 40.
40 years. Wow. Very good. 44. Oh, 45. 45 years in ISKCON. Wow. So I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes take place in ISKCON. Because wherever there's growth, there'll be changes. And ISKCON has grown, and ISKCON has gotten bigger, ISKCON has gotten better. From having one temple, we have 2 temples, we have so much of Namahatas, we have so much of programs now. What would you like to see for ISKCON, even in the future? What changes would you like to see for ISKCON? Would you like to see it get bigger, or let's say, what would your vision be for ISKCON 5 years from now?
Actually, they should follow what Srila Prabhupada said. That's the main thing. follow in his footsteps.
To follow it, okay, and to share some of the instructions that Srila Prabhupada gave to, I know it's in his books, but for those of us that are sitting here that are not familiar, what would be some of the teachings that you feel would be the most appropriate to take to grow ISKCON?
I mean, Kali Yuga, the most, it's only the chanting of the holy name that will only help.
The chanting, yeah, the chanting is very important. So, in all your years of ISKCON, I know that you will be so familiar with scripture. What would be your favorite pastime of Lord Krishna? Share it with us. A pastime that you enjoyed of his. And share the story. Maybe it was when he was a baby, or later when he was an adult. What is a pastime that you like?
Actually, all the pastimes are one.
But you have to pick one. You have to, or just pick one that you'd like to share with everybody. And the Damodar pastime.
Yeah.
Okay, so share that. Tell everybody the story of Lord Damodar. Because Kartik is coming up. After all our Janmashtami festivities, we're going to be celebrating Kartik. So just give them a little gist about Kartik.
Okay, Krishna, when he was a little boy, at that time, he was also very mischievous. And there's many other pastimes.
Okay. There is a question that somebody's written in the crowd, in the audience. I will read it for you and perhaps you can give them some clarity. Hare Krishna, when I'm going to build an altar, which direction must the altar face? Namely north, south, east or west? Thank you.
I think the deities have to face the east.
Okay. So for the person that wrote this question, Mataji says the deity has to face east. Okay, another question. Hare Krishna Mataji, how will we know if we experience Sud Sattva that is genuine and not just us hallucinating or creating this feeling with our mind? Do we just take it that we are fortunate to experience it? Then it is genuine. I'm not sure. If whoever wrote this question, perhaps I would like to ask Mataji the question. I don't think it's coming out very clear on the page. Would like to?
I think you got it correctly, man.
Okay, but maybe you can explain to Mataji a little more about your question.
So, Hare Krishna Mataji. So, Mataji, with regards to the Sudha Sattva and experiencing this descending upon us, all these feelings and experiences of Lord Krishna, how would we just differentiate if it is real or if I'm just creating this from myself, like hallucinating it and wishing that this is happening, type thing, to force the issue? Will it, if it happens, we just take it as it's genuine?
Yeah, but the most important thing is that you should chant. So if whatever you are experiencing, you will get the answer by chanting.
Okay, thank you.
So chanting is always the way to go and always the answer. Is there anybody else that has any questions for Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji, how are you? Hey, Mataji, I'd like to know, I know you serve Shri Radhanath for many, many years now. What is that feeling that you experience when you're right there with him, when you're dressing him, when you're putting on the jewels, the garlands and everything like that?
Well, I feel that he is a person. And you have to serve him as a person.
I go.
I go.
Hello. Me, I worship Lord Vishnu. And Vishnu's wife is Lakshmi. Lakshmi Narayan. That's my deity. Right? You say Radhesham, Sita Ram, or Lakshmi Narayan. One of the 7 of the Lord.
There's no difference between Lakshmi, Narayan, and Radha and Krishna. They are the one and the same deity.
Hare Krishna. It's not a question, but I would just want to thank Radhanath Mataji for all the service that she does at the Sri Radhanath temple and taking care of the devotees, especially me. She makes sure that I am comfortable and well fed. And secondly, in the year 2011, when we were in Gokul, India, we were so thirsty that we were forced to buy sugarcane juice and drink it. But God, that sugarcane juice was out of this world. It was so terrible that we had to throw it away. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Is there anyone else that has questions? Or if not questions, perhaps you have a fond memory of Mataji that you would like to share with everybody this evening. Hi, Paul. Maybe you can come forward, it might be easier, so Mataji can see you as well.
Hare Krishna, Mother Radhanath.
Hare Krishna.
The other words. I would like to thank Mother Radhanath because during COVID lockdown, we stayed in the temple. She was permanent resident and I stayed for 65 days. So at the temple, they give you breakfast and they give you lunch, but then you don't get supper because you get to eat the maha, they don't cook supper. And those of us who volunteered our time were struggling, and I was struggling supper time. Because, we used to eat it. But Mother Radhanath, she took such good care of us. She'd go out of her way. When we finish our supper service in the night, she'll have bread muffins, freshly baked. And then, first it was bread muffins, and then she felt sorry for us, and she used to put butter in it. Thank you, Mother Radhanath. I offer you my unlimited respectful reverence.
Anybody else?
I'll say something. So, Mataji, my humble obeisances. I don't think I've ever had the opportunity to honor you. So, in the association of the Simple Vaishnavas, I pay my humble obeisances to you. And I thank you for all the years that you've supported us. Just a few memories that comes to mind. When we were going to be getting married, it was Mataji's blessings, and then at that time, my ex-wife, the wedding was at Ratha Yatra, and Mataji blessed us for that. And then came the first child, Mataji blessed us for that. And more importantly, I told him about this, he didn't want to say anything, so he can stand up. Stand up. So to prove, the blessing that Mataji has given, so just tell everybody your name for the...
My name is Radha.
So Mataji has always been doing that. And some memories, like we stayed also in the temple for a while. And she took care, at that time her name was Babita, and then she got initiated, it was called Mahabhav. But Mataji took care of her, and I was staying with Jai Sachinanda Prabhu, and then after that he moved out. So thank you Mataji for all the blessings and all the help. Hare Krishna. Jai Krishna.
Okay, I would like to say something about Radhanath. So one day like every weekend, I used to stay at the temple. And like on a Sunday, like when I used to go to work and everything, so she used to time a lunch for me to take and go to work. And she was like a lovely figure. So if you ever want to taste some beans curry and puri, there's a legend right here.
Thank you, Ravindra Suru Prabhu. In fact, when I mentioned to Prabhu that, I'd like for you to come, that he told me that story. There was the first story he told me. He says Mataji was the most caring and loving person ever. She would pack my lunch for me and she made the most delicious beans curry. So I think we have to all maybe sample that beans curry someday.
How much time do we have? Just looking at you, it's making me very emotional. The best memories that I have of Krishna consciousness, you are those. All my best moments, you are. I joined as a 20-something. In the beginning, you became my mother, and as a friendship group, you became my sister, you became my best friend, you became my confidant. There was never a time I called you mother, rather Radhanath. You were always Radhanath, because that's how close you were to me. And I consider myself very fortunate to have been the recipient of your love. For the person who asked, you want to know what Mother Radhanath's day is. She wakes up really early, she dresses up, and she very eagerly attends Mangal Arati. Her life revolves around Radha and Krishna, and for her, she's never seen them as their lordships. It's Krishna, I'm dressing Krishna, I'm dressing Radha. They are not lordships, they are her children, and she would go, she would dress them, attend the morning program, take breakfast with all of us. But what was most important was she was the last person to eat, because she would stand there and make sure that every resident was there. She would have a mental register to make sure that did this person take prasad, and if she didn't see them, she would ask and she would make a plate for them. And it wasn't just breakfast, and yes, we do only have 2 meals a day. Come lunchtime, she's standing there as well. And for all the devotees who went out on book distribution or any types of service, whether it's 10, 15 plates, she was the only person there who knew who didn't take prasad, and she would make a plate and keep it for them. And that was a service, so besides serving Radha and Krishna, she served every single devotee. And I don't think anyone who would come to Radha Radhanath ever left hungry. And if she took you under your wing, like nobody could get you. And she's sitting there today very shy and unassuming, but she's absolutely learned. And she's so dear to Krishna, she's so dear to the devotees, and she's so advanced. It's like, I'm amazed that she's sitting there and she's being so shy, and but that's the greatness of her, that she's so humble, because I think if you spend any time with Mother Radhanath, she's going to teach you everything you need to know about Krishna consciousness. And she survived 2 spiritual masters falling down. She's seen temples open and close. She's seen devotees come and go, temple presidents come, fall, She survived all of that. And wow, what an amazing person. And it doesn't just stop there. She also dresses them late at night. So she's one of, my memories of her was she used to lock up. She used to be the last person to go to bed. And I was very fortunate because I was a recipient of having hot milk with her every night. And honestly, if anybody ever gets an opportunity to spend any time with her, I think you're going to learn more from her, you're going to grow more from her than anybody else. So, just to deviate, for me, I feel like I'm very blessed because I have I was fortunate enough to meet 2 very special people in my life, and they're both here today. One was Mother Radha and the second was Radha. So it's like I don't think you can get luckier than that. And thank you.
Thank you, Mataji, for sharing such beautiful words and memories. Mahaprasad Prabhu will say a few words next.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna, Mother Radhanath. So during lockdown, there was nobody, hardly anybody in the temple. We were on the group chat, and people had chance to lock up the temple. Other devotees would go too, because they're scared. 2 people. Mother Radhanath, no worries whatsoever. Allowed to lock up. And you check on the group chat. Did anybody lock up the temple? But Mother Radhanath took the responsibility to do that most of the time. And when I saw that, I realized this is not a normal person. This is a very saintly queen. And whenever I was in the temple, I would say, the first thing is, did you have something to eat? Can I give you something? And that is what Mother Radhanath is known for. So make sure you take those right. I thank you for that.
It's Mother Radhanath. Always good to see you. I think I'll echo a lot of what all the devotees have said conclusively, because it describes you. I don't think we can describe you perfectly, but it gives a lot of insight into what you are. Mother Radhanath is, I don't think ISKCON South Africa would be anything without Mother Radhanath. She's been the mother to so many of us in the temple, and like the devotees have shared, you never go hungry. So you do go sideways with Mother Radhanath, especially after the 8 o'clock offering and you're collecting cups of kheer and you eat it. And she also gives you, a couple of spiritual claps now and again. I've been the recipient of those with those small hands, but they're mercy, they're absolute mercy. So thank you for the bottom of my heart, Mother Radha. Many of my services that I've done at the temple have been graciously awarded to me by Mother Radha. Whether it was cooking for the deities or dressing the deities, we were under her guidance. She's taught us to make Krishna look the way she's envisioned him and the way she's been taught. And a lot of those lessons we took to heart. And it's really shaped us, and especially me and my family, in our Krishna consciousness. So thank you, Mother Radha, for everything you do in the South African Yatra. And I don't think any amount of words that I could say or anyone can say can perfectly describe who you are to us.
Thank you, Chakradhari Prabhu, would you like to say first?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much. Dhanavad Pranam and Charan Spas. And Hare Krishna to all of you. Dear devotee. So whenever I see Mother Radhanath, I feel myself she's none other than Mother Yashoda and devotee. And on top of that, she's very dear to Krishna and Srimati Radharani and all the Vaishnava and Vaishnavi. So sometimes we have the scripture, and we can scripture from the scripture learn many things. As a devotee, they don't have any enemies, and they don't have any kind of complaint and issue about any situation in their life. And we do this in theoretical, in our scripture we listen many times. And let's carry on our life, and sometimes we don't analyze. We have this all the devotion and all the faith, and we surrender to Bhagavan Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna, and understanding the spiritual world and spirituality. Just sitting here in front of us and sharing her all the love and the caring. So we can learn from this living devotion. We can say living some kind of bhakti here with Mother Radha. So sometime taking scripture, listening many discuss, and sometimes we confuse in our life, and we run away from the Krishna consciousness. But anybody come in contact with Mother Radha, and they see definitely with the simplicity, with the Mahaprasad and the joy and happiness, this positiveness, the spirituality she had. See, none other than we can say living devotion, Bhakti Devi is surrounding us. So thank you so much, Radhanath. And always smiling. Give a good smile. Sometimes we very difficult to somebody even giving the nice rasgulla and gulab jamun. We just look at someone else. But see, without condition, giving this good smile, just like Srimati Radha and Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Is there anybody else that would like to share their thoughts, say a few words?
Hare Krishna. I just want to explain to you what the devotee said is very right, because Mother Radhanath, whenever you go there, she makes some sort of plan to give you a Mahaprasad. And I think besides the chanting, the mercy is coming directly from Krishna, Radha and Krishna, and Giri Govardhan and Gaurahari. So she's giving it freely to everybody. She's not keeping it for herself. It was on Wednesday, it was Ekadasi. So I decided to go to the temple, and I sort of fasted for the day. And I was quite hungry when I got there. And I don't know if Lord Krishna told, or Mother Radharani told Radharani Mataji. So as soon as we went down to the bottom, she brought a nice hot plate of prasadam for us. This is the love that Mother Radharani has for everybody. So she didn't just give us a plate of prasadam, she made it hot for us and brought it. Thank you very much, Mataji. I really appreciate it.
Hare Krishna, Mother Radha. I think when we think about Shra and I, when we think about Shri Radhanath, the image that comes to our mind is Mother Radhanath, because she kind of encompasses everything that we feel at the temple. As soon as we see her, even if it's not in the temple, if we see her out of the temple, we feel like Shri Radhanath is with us. So that energy she always carries with her. And we have so many memories from the time Shra is little. We've given her so much of mercy, because Shra knows Mother Radhanath is her Maha contact. So when we used to fly down from Johannesburg to Durban, Shreya, as soon as she goes to the temple, she's not looking for the Lord, she's looking for Mother Radhanath. And I remember for her 8th birthday, Shreya just thought about it. She didn't even tell Mother Radhanath that she was looking at Radharani's necklace on the day of her birthday. And just after her birthday party, Mother Radhanath brought the very same necklace that Srimati Radharani was wearing, and she gifted it to Shreya. And we said, we obviously not we are with a very transcendental person and a very advanced devotee. And Mother Radhanath is always so humble and kind that when we think about being a devotee and the ideal devotee, I don't think I can say this about many people, but definitely Mother Radhanath encompasses exactly what I think a devotee is and who we all try to aspire to. So thank you for everything, Mother Radhanath.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So clearly you can see, Mataji, there's so much of love and gratitude and appreciation for you this evening from every single person that knows you. They love you dearly and you have such fond memories in everyone's hearts. So thank you for everything that you do, for everyone's lives that you have personally touched, for all the service that you do at Sri Sri Radha Radhanath, because when we come there, we take darshan of the deities and they're looking so beautiful and we're in awe of everything that we see. It's all the amazing devotees like yourself that make that possible. So thank you for everything that you always do for Sri Sri Radha Radhanath and for everybody. Let's give Mataji another round of applause. So my final question, Mataji, to you is, what would you like to say to everyone after hearing all of this as your parting words? What would you like to say or share with everyone?
Yeah. The first thing is that they should follow what Srila Prabhupada wrote. Follow regulated principles and chant. Try to chant 16 rounds. That will take them back home, back to God in this life. So chant 16 rounds.
And if I could add to that, follow in Mother Radha Radhanath's footsteps and be that amazing devotee that she is. So thank you, Mataji. Thank you for making the time for being here with us. And we all feel very honored and very privileged that you are here with us. And thank you for the lovely, delicious Maha that you always give all of us. And as Shankar Prabhu mentioned, that it's not just that the Maha Prasad that you pass out, it's always the attention to detail, like sometimes even warming that prasad and bringing it, or not even, and Mataji pointed out that sometimes you will take note of somebody not being there and you make sure that you keep a plate aside. Those kind of qualities are so rare today for people to be so attentive to all the needs of everyone around them. So it's amazing, absolutely amazing what you do. And we're so appreciative and we look forward to having you at Ramana Mahasha again. So please do join us. This was so lovely and everyone was so excited to have your association this evening. And it's your humility once again that shows, as Mataji said, you are so learned and you have years and years of experience, yet because you're such a humble devotee and you consider yourself the servant of the servant of the servant, that you are sitting there and expressing yourself in the most humblest of ways. So you're really such a fine example to all of us. Thank you once again. So before we end with this class, is there any other questions, any other comments? Okay.
My Guru Maharaj always says that, when you get a motherly figure, that motherly figure doesn't change no matter what their age is. Right? So he said that Mother Radha and Mataji, she serves Radha and Krishna so much. So whoever comes to the temple, she still has that same loving feeling for everybody. And including my Guru Maharaj, who is 82 years old. So she still treats him as a child. Okay? And there was another one, very good realization that I had. Once we went on Harinam, and he said, we'll cut some flowers. There was flowers on the route on Harinam. And we cut some flowers and brought it to the temple, which was a few years ago, Mataji. I don't know if you recall this. But he told Mother Radhanath, please can you just offer this to Radha and Krishna for us. So the altar closed, and when the altar opened again, we see the flowers in Srimati Radharani's hands. So that those flowers that we thought, we just offered to the Lord, but it was so special that she knows exactly how to get it to Krishna. She takes it, she gives it to Srimati Radharani, and goes directly to Krishna. So this is the mood of the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
We have one more comment, question, not sure.
Here Swami refers to Mataji as Mother of the Nation.
Okay, so thank you, Mataji. Thank you for being here with us. We will now move on to the next part of our program. So, for those of you all that were not here at the last Namahasha, you all missed a very interesting skit that we had. So, the Namahasha before that, I had announced that we are going to have at every Namahasha, we're going to have a skit with the 4 regulative principles. So every Namahasha, we're going to have devotees that are going to come out in the front, and they're going to have a little skit to create an awareness or an understanding of why we have the 4 regulative principles. So at the last Namahasha, we had an amazing performance with Keegan Prabhu and Mahaprasad Prabhu. For those of y'all that missed it, please go onto YouTube and watch it. It was hilarious. It was absolutely mind-blowing. It's something you all really don't want to miss. It was no meat eating. That was the first regulative principle. So this evening, we have yet another skit planned for y'all, and this is no intoxication. So we have the next team that's going to be coming up forward to do their skit. So let's give them a round of applause. If I can please humbly ask the youth to just maybe go a little back so we can have some space. I'm not sure who's part of the team. Okay. So as they're getting ready for the skit, we do have a YouTube channel. Please do go and see our Namahasha programs. And while we're waiting, if I can just make one of my announcements that I was going to make a bit later. Our Janmashtami tent campaign is coming up on the 2nd and 3rd of August. I'm sure by now everyone has saved the date. If not, please save the date now, because everyone that's seated here has to be there on the 2nd and 3rd of August at the Peace Park in Tangat. We have an amazing program lined up for y'all. It's on Friday and Saturday. We have dramas, dances, amazing eloquent speakers. We're going to have ecstatic kirtan. You all do not want to miss this tent campaign. If you all came for last year's tent campaign, you all would know what I'm talking about. It was absolutely amazing, and we promise to make it bigger and better every year. So please do join us for this weekend of festivity that we have planned. But like any program and festival, we do require a lot of assistance. We require a lot of hands. If y'all are available, we humbly beg y'all to please come through and help. We require assistance on that weekend. We require assistance prior to that weekend. We need assistance in the form of sponsorships, donations, ideas. Please come forward, speak to Mahaprasad Prabhu, speak to Madhurya Mataji. Lord Krishna has blessed each and every one of us with some talent. So let's take that talent and let's use it in the service of Lord Krishna. So whatever your service is, your talent is, whatever it is you're good at or you'd like to learn, this is the perfect platform for you to come through and assist with the program. So please, we want to see everybody there on the 2nd and 3rd of August. Is our team ready now? Okay, I'll just make another announcement quickly while we're waiting. Tomorrow, being Saturday, we will be handing flyers for our Janmashtami and tent campaign. We're going to start at the morning market in Tangat and thereafter move to other parts of Tangat, passing out the flyers. So here again, this is service to Krishna. Walking out on the streets, passing out flyers, sharing an invite for Janmashtami. I'm sure we'll have a little bit of kirtan, Mataji, a little bit of kirtan while we're doing that. So please try to avail yourselves. Come through tomorrow, morning market in Tangat. Thereafter, we're going to other areas to pass out the flyers. And also, you all can share the invite. We have put the invite in the Navasi Namahasha chat. You all can take it, you all can save it and share it with family and friends. And the more the merrier. So we're looking forward to lots and lots of y'all being there with us, family, friends. Please do share this invite and be there on the 2nd and 3rd. And try to come tomorrow. Are we ready now? And we have some flyers here. Excellent. So even if you'd like to take some, so so that you can take it home with you all and share it with family, friends, neighbors, enemies, whomever. Okay, are we ready now? Okay, so let's give them a round of applause.
I'm sorry.
Oh God, the speaker is here now.
Yeah. They will buy music.
One mission.
Hey Prabhu, hey Harinam Krishna Jagannath Premanande, ye kya hua?
Hey, why you put my music off?
No lights, load shedding.
This woman is very killing me.
Come, sit and eat something. I made your favorite, bhaji, come.
Okay. Let's see what you got for me.
Eat.
Okay. All right. Hey, but let me tell you a story.
Oh, here we go.
Yo, today, Danya auntie and Krishna Babu came to the farm. Right? She brought biryani for all the boys there, even for me as well. She gave everybody. And wanted pumpkin herbs as well. So she took her shoes out and she started running in the farm, cutting all of that herself. Yeah.
So, first the auntie brings biryani for you in the farm. Now she's calling you to her house.
No, she stays on top of the road. Yeah, she always take Danya, Mun, time from the farm and cook biryani for everybody. Yeah, they call the coastal, Food for Life coastal. And he said I must come to her house on Friday. Krishna will really bless me.
Okay, you should go. Besides, I don't want to be there when you get a black eye or two and her husband sends you flying from there.
No, man, no, not like that. They do Namahata service on a Friday by their house. Yeah, I will go. I will take you.
Okay.
Yeah. Me? I'm not drunk, man.
You are drunk.
No, I'm I'm not drunk.
Okay. I know what will help you.
Mm-hmm. What? Oh, wish. No. Yeah. That will really sober me up. Yo.
Want another one?
No, thank you. Sure. That's better than having Imli water in the morning. Yo.
You know, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says the word amidam, meaning that they are untouchable foodstuffs that one should not indulge in, alcohol and nicotine being amongst them, as the consciousness becomes under the influence and unable to distinguish right from wrong, losing our senses. It weakens the principle of austerity. Now, let me tell you a story. In the 10th canto, part 2 of Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a story of the abominable behavior of Nala Kuvara and Manigriva. The tale tells of the great sage Narad Muni being disgusted when he saw the shameful behavior of the demigods, looking foolish in their rolling eyes and drunken smiles and being dressed inappropriately. Narad Muni wanted them to stop their degrading behavior and for them to be able to see Krishna face to face. So he cursed them in a way that would accomplish both of these wishes. They became 2 tall Yamula Arjun trees and suffered for a long time. Finally, when Krishna appeared on earth, he delivered them from their miserable condition. When the grinding mortar tied to Krishna's waist got stuck between the trees, the 2 trees cracked and fell to the ground, and out emerged the 2 demigods, glowing and shining like blazing fire. The 2 now purified brothers came before Krishna and bowed down to offer their respects and prayers. In this way, Nalakuvara and Manigriva were released from their curse and were able to see Krishna personally. They have learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of intoxication. For spiritual life, we must have the strength to give up some pleasurable things to attain a higher goal.
Intoxication robs us of that strength and wise judgment. In Krishna consciousness, we want to be free of influences from all intoxications and to serve Krishna fully.
Krishna says that the purpose of human life is moksha, or liberation, to go back home to Krishna in the spiritual world.
Hence, the 4 regulative principles are there to assist us to achieve this purpose. 1, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication, and no meat eating. And I also want to thank to Mahaprasad Prabhu and Madhurya Mataji. Mataji, Prabhu, thank you for that sanctified biryani that you have brought to me initially. Look at it, look at where I am today. This is the reason I'm here. There is nothing more powerful than calling out the Lord's name. So we should always be happy and always chant Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Amazing. Thank you so much to this amazing team. And for those of y'all that don't know, that's a husband and wife pair right there. So they've done an excellent job. Whoa. So, that's okay. Mahaprasad Prabhu would like to share something.
Hare Krishna, everybody. So what they acted out here was actually really what happened in their lives. They've been touched by the Lord just by taking Mahaprasad. So, and they're very wonderful devotees. So thank you so much. So it's all teamwork. So if anybody needs a hand or applause, it's all of you. So we're just the instruments here. So thank you so much.
Okay, so we move on to the next part of our program. This week has been a very, very special week. Anybody can tell me why? Birthdays, always birthdays. But there was there were 3 birthdays this week. And one of those birthdays was on Wednesday. And it was indeed a very, very special birthday. It's none other than our Namahasha leader, Mahaprasad Prabhu. So huge round of applause to him. So we are getting the birthday cake ready. I'd like to call the birthday girl first. Rukmani Mataji, if you can please come to the front. Let's give her a round of applause. So many of you all know Rukmani Mataji. She comes to our Namahasha all the time, always engages in service with us, always partaking in our programs. Such an amazing devotee, and I know many times Mataji has faced personal problems in her life. Recently, at the last Namahasha, she had some problems at home where people had come into her property and had stolen copper pipes, am I right, Mataji? And yet, on that same day that she was so distraught by that incident, she still came to Namahasha, she still came to be with us, and she still gave us her wonderful association. So thank you, Mataji, for everything that you do for all of us, and thank you for your wonderful association. Next, I'd like to call Abhay Mahaprasad Jr. Abhay's birthday was on Monday. Abhay is such a wonderful child, such a wonderful devotee. We all know him for being that enthusiastic, eager boy that's always helping us and always engaging in dramas. So whenever we have Janmashtami programs or tent campaigns or whatever it is, the moment we think drama and we think of youth, we think of Abhay. Because he never turns us down. He's always ready to get involved. He's always getting into character so nicely. He's always enthusiastic to render service to Lord Krishna. And then we have Mahaprasad Prabhu. Now, I don't know if there's going to be any words that's going to be able to express how special Mahaprasad Prabhu is to all of us. But Prabhu, thank you for everything that you are to us, your association, the example that you set to us. Prabhu is such an exemplary devotee. He's always giving us an opportunity to serve, opens up his home for all of us, and always engaging service in the most loving and humble way possible. So I'd like to call Shukadev Prabhu, who would like to share a few words about Mahaprasad Prabhu. Give him a round of applause.
Hi Krishna, everybody. So firstly, happy birthday to Mataji and Abhay and Mahaprasad as well. Three very exemplary devotees. I couldn't have put it better. I think Gopeshwari has rounded up very nicely what these devotees are about. Just to say a little bit on Mahaprasad Prabhu, there's nothing I can say actually that you all don't know. He has just been like the father figure to this movement here locally. What a kind humanitarian soul. He's been out just getting us engaged. There's so many devotees that have been made. And I remember the time very early when he wanted to start this Namahata, and I remember the resolute commitment he had in his eyes. And even up to this day, having a look at one of the most successful Namahatas, if not in KZN, but the country, I still see that very same resolute and determined eyes to keep sharing the holy name, to keep bringing Krishna to everybody, and to keep making devotees, allowing such erudite, scholarly devotees to come here, to give us classes, to make accessible Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, and just also opening up his home to everybody. It reminds me so much of, Srivas Thakur back in Navadvip, when Lord Chaitanya was doing the distribution of the holy name, when the Lord came down himself. It was Srivas that opened up his home to bring all of the residents of Navadvip, and Mahaprasad exemplifies so much of that. And I keep telling him all the time, when his Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Parthasarathy Das Goswami Maharaj, had given him that name, Mahaprasad, it was for a very determined reason, because he lives out that name. So I can't really say much to you, because this Prabhu is just the word over. I think to everyone and to all the devotees, he deserves his thanks. Krishna.
Thank you, Shukadev Prabhu, for so beautifully putting that into words. I'd like to call Keegan Prabhu next, if you'd like to come through and say a few words.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Happy birthday to everyone up front. Hare Krishna, everyone. Happy birthday to everyone up front. Mataji, I'm here to know you, so I'll have to make an effort to know you. Otherwise, I could have spoken a bit more. But from our short chats, I think you're quite awesome, and happy birthday for the week. Abhay, all I know is you play TV games. That's all I know. So keep up with that. And Prabhu, I'd just like to say a few words. It's quite an honor to speak. Shukadev has touched on it. Gopeshwari Mataji's touched on it, and I think the general feeling everyone just knows how awesome you are. But from the first time that I came here, Mahaprasad told me, asked me for his number, or my number. As soon as he started, he said, okay, now that I've got you, I will never let you go. And I thought, what the hell have I just got into here? Some spiritual group, underground extremists or something. But I'm so grateful that you do that, and you carry the spiritual whip with me personally, and I'm sure maybe with people that have joined. And as they have grown, you encourage us to learn and grow. The knowledge that you impart on us is quite priceless. With your Food for Life classes that you give before, while offering prasadam and giving us that little lecture, and you always answer the thousands of questions that I have, and I'm very grateful for that, because you really help me, and I think I speak for everyone. You help everyone to grow in their individual ways. And probably besides all of that, I would like to say your cooking skills are out of this world. Shukadev very rightly said that the name that was given to you suits you perfectly, because the biryani is out of this world. It's amazing, it's delicious. I think Gordon Ramsay would give you one of his Michelin stars for this kitchen because of that exquisite level. But I think the Sam biryani is where you outdid yourself. That day people were coming running, they just smelt it and they just came running. So I would also like to talk on your driving skills. I think in a past life, you had to have been a Formula One driver, because you don't seem to know where the brakes are at the right time, but you just know where the accelerator is. So I think maybe it was Lekraj, Michael Schumacher, Sami, or something like that in a past life. So Prabhu, just thank you so much for being you. I think everyone you've touched, but from my side, if it wasn't for you, like Ashwin so rightly said earlier, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have you, and I'm very grateful, and I hope that Guru Maharaj, your Guru Maharaj, if and when he does watch this, I'm sure wherever he is, he's very proud of you, and also Srila Prabhupada. So thank you, Prabhu, happy birthday, and keep rocking.
Thank you, Keegan Prabhu, and we have one more speaker, Divesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
I would like to take this opportunity to wish Mahaprasad Prabhu, Abhi, and Mataji happy birthday. Prabhu, thank you for everything that you do for all of us. Keep it up. May Krishna shower you these richest blessings. Thank you.
So I think, as I said, no words can express how wonderful you are and what an amazing devotee all of you are. So thank you for everything that you'll do. And we'll sing happy birthday now, Prabhu. Okay, let's have the happy birthday kirtan.
Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to all Vaishnavas, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Rama to you, Hare Rama to you, Hare Rama to all Vaishnavas, Hare Rama to you, Haribol!
Okay, maybe we can cut the cake and father and son can feed each other and
We should get Mother Radha.
yes, yes, Mataji, please come forward. Yes.
So, Abhi, would you like to say a few words?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, not nice to talk with your mouth full. So thank you all for being here this evening. Now everybody's trying to glorify me, but behind every successful man, there's a very strong woman. So everybody's praising me, but the one that actually does the hardest work is Mother Radha. If anybody could tell us, Krishna is too kind. So thank you so much. And half the things you said was all lies, right? I'm trying to get there. So thank you so much. It's actually a pleasure having everybody here and being with you. It actually makes us so happy. So when we go to bed tonight, we feel very happy and very content. So in this way, we're using you for our own pleasure. So please forgive us for that. Thank you so much.
I just have a note from Rukmani Mataji as well. She wrote down a little thank you to everyone. Rukmani Mataji would like to thank everyone at the friendly family of the Lamersi Namahasha, especially Madhurya Mataji and Mahaprasad Prabhu. And is it Sumi Mataji?
Yeah.
Sumi Mataji for the cakes. And also she would like to give a very special thank you to Shankar Shan Prabhu and Oliver Prabhu. Thank you so much. Mataji says y'all took her out for the day. Y'all took her out for the whole day and then y'all brought her to Namahasha. Thank you for everything that y'all do for her. She's so appreciative and grateful for all the love and support that y'all give her. So thank you from Rukmani Mataji. And the cakes look absolutely divine. So we are ready to move on to the next part of our program, and that is Aarti and Kirtan. But before we move on to Kirtan, there's just one more announcement I'd like to make. Shushila Mataji, who has recently joined our Namahasha, she comes very often, she engages in Food for Life, as well as she comes to Namahasha all the time. Mataji is here. Mataji unfortunately lost her husband last year, and he's very dearly missed by his families and friends. And Mataji has very lovingly sponsored this evening's prasad in honor of Prabhu. Prabhu's name was Ranjit Sumangal. So when we are doing Guru Puja and offering petals to Srila Prabhupada, if you would kindly keep a little petals and offer it to Prabhu's frame out here in the front, and say a silent prayer for the journey of his soul. He is very deeply missed by everybody, and let us all pray for his journey onward, for his spiritual journey onward. So thank you, Mataji, for all the love and support and dedication that you bring to our Namahasha as well. Hare Krishna. So thank you once again for everyone, for coming, for being part of the program. Thank you, Mataji, for being here with us. Thank you, Ravindra Swarup Prabhu. Thank you, Kanayalal Prabhu. Ashwin and Sumataji, thank you for the skit. We have another amazing skit planned for our next Namahasha. So our next Namahasha is actually the weekend of the 2nd and 3rd. So we will not have Namahasha that weekend because it's our 10th campaign that weekend. So our next Namahasha will be the 9th of August. It's actually Women's Day. It's a public holiday. And we have a very special program lined up. So please do join us for our next Namahasha on the 9th. And we will see everybody on the 2nd and 3rd. Thank you once again for being here. Safe travels back home. Continue with your chanting as Mother Radhanath emphasized, chanting is so important. So please continue with your chanting, and we will now have Kirtan and Aarti and delicious Prasad awaits y'all. Hare Krishna.
Let's be honest with Aarti. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda